So I watched that video, the Brad Keselowski video that I made. I kind of just rewatched it, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like this. I felt like my personality was portrayed a little better, and I wasn't reading straight off a script, so I feel like I wasn't as monotone, robotic as I usually am. Because when I'm reading off a script and stuff like that, I feel like I said, I feel like it's just robotic. Like I'm a robot just reading what I'm told to do and not really going anywhere outside of that. I feel like that's a strategy, but I just don't think that's really unique. I think there's a lot of people out there like that, and I think these unscripted videos that I'm kind of trying to do, I feel like those kind of work out better for me. But if that's not the case, if you guys feel like, if you guys go back and watch some of my scripted videos, or if you've seen my scripted videos, and you feel like those are better off than these, please let me know, and I will go back. It's not really like an enjoyment factor. I just kind of liked it better. I like not the process of making it, but I felt like it came out better, and that could just be me. So I'm not going to bore you with all that YouTube stuff anymore. Let's get right into it. So what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to talk about John Hunter Nemechek and how I believe he is paving the way for new, not really new, I guess, for current Cup Series drivers that are at low tier equipment to one day get into high tier equipment. And it's not going to work for everybody, but I do think there are some drivers out there that could potentially benefit from trying this route, as it looks like their careers are going nowhere else in their current ride. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you guys do enjoy, be sure to hit this. Yeah, I got a band-aid on. I don't know why. I cut myself. And comment down below what you guys think. Also subscribe if I didn't say that, and let's just get right into it. So first, I want to start out by saying, told you so. If you guys did not see, about a year ago, I made a video on John Hunter Nemechek and how I felt he is insanely talented, and he is currently proving my point right, dominating the Truck Series. And you can say what you want about there being no really competition. I feel like there's just as much competition as there was when he was at Nemco, getting about 1 win per year because the equipment was so bad. He comes to KBM, a top tier equipment in the Truck Series, and is straight up dominating. And again, I feel like the competition level is about the same, if not probably more, honestly, than it was back when he was driving for his father's team. But y'all can debate me on that. I honestly, truly believe that Nemco was straight up. I think that's just blatantly obvious. Nemco is holding him back. Because if you look at anybody else in that organization, it's just straight up terrible numbers. But Nemechek was able to carry it. But anyways, he went to GMS in the Xfinity Series, and you guys might be like, oh, that's a top tier team in the Truck Series, so there should be a top tier team in the Xfinity Series. I feel like they definitely were up there. I feel like they're kind of like a Chip Ganassi, where you can get consistent results, a win perhaps, but never can really dominate. Like even Kyle Larson struggled there, and we see what he's doing at Hendrick now. I feel like they're just like, I feel like GMS when they were in the Xfinity Series was a step or two behind the top tier, and that was basically just because I feel like they were new. I believe they're getting stuff from Junior Motorsports, so I don't know, but still, he was able to get I think it was 4 top 5s and 20 top 10s, super consistent season in the Xfinity Series. Then got the promotion to the Cup Series through Front Row Motorsports. I mean, really, you don't expect much. Definitely Michael McDowell has outperformed what John Hunter Nemechek did this season, but regardless, it was still very impressive to see a young driver like John Hunter Nemechek run just as well as Cole Custer and Christopher Bell until the end of the season. Christopher Bell started popping off. So I feel like that was really impressive that John Hunter Nemechek was at least, I would say, definitely on the same level as Cole Custer, even though Cole Custer won a race. Throughout, at least for most of the season, John Hunter Nemechek and Cole Custer were on the same page, and really Christopher Bell the first half of the season they were on the same page. So that was very impressive to me. He did impress me and a lot of other people. Jeff Gordon always would talk about how impressive John Hunter Nemechek was in that 38 car. I don't know why I had to hesitate on that. And then it was announced that he would go back to KBM this season, and he has 5 wins now. I think it's super incredible, but I'm not surprised at all. I am not surprised at all. I expected this from him, to dominate the Truck Series, and he's doing just that. So that's kind of the story. That's the backstory here. If you guys didn't know what's going on, if you guys don't watch the Truck Series, basically John Hunter Nemechek is balling out down there. So lost my train of thought here, but here is kind of just the main point of the video, the main preface that kind of sparked this video. When you look at the traditional way of getting to a top tier team, it's either being talented when you're young and just being in that pipeline and getting to the top tier equipment, or in some rare cases, when you're in low tier equipment, you're able to impress in that equipment, which warrants maybe a mid-tier ride. If you look at Matty Benedetto, for example, was in the 32, got praised for his performance in the 32, took a chance on himself in the 95, was able to get a steady job in the 21, and it's looking somewhat likely that he'll be able to keep that ride a year after, now that Brad Keselowski is leaving the number 2. Cindric might be sliding in there. So that is an example of a very rare success story from someone who was started at low tier equipment and was able to get into high mid tier equipment. I would say the 21 would be high mid tier equipment or just mid tier equipment. So that is probably the only success story I can think of in that route. So John Hunter Nemechek, instead of grinding it out like Matty D, bet on himself and went back down to the Truck Series, and it has paid off. Like I said, 5 wins at least. Why wouldn't he go out there and win a couple more races? And it's definitely a championship favorite, and honestly is my pick to win the championship. So yeah, totally worked out for him. He's now gotten some Joe Gibbs Xfinity Series races. So the first person that comes to my mind when thinking of this is Ryan Preece, hands down. Definitely the first person that comes to my mind. I mean, he went into the Truck Series, his first ever Truck Series race, and won at Nashville. Maybe that's not impressive. I personally feel like that's very impressive. If you never ran the car before, there's a level of, I mean, obviously he practiced and stuff, but still I feel like there's a level of talent it takes to go out there and win in your first race there. But I think when you look at the situation in the 37, I don't think they're running a full-time season this year. So I feel like the best course of action is just go back down to Xfinity. Excuse me, the Xfinity Series actually seems to be a good series for him. He ran 15. Excuse me again. He ran 15 races for JGR and the Xfinity Series. Won a race, went 7 top 5s, 10 top 10s, and just hands down looked God tier and got the JTG ride. And obviously we know how that went. So I think going back down into the Xfinity Series for a top tier team, or the Truck Series as well, he looked like he was really good in the Truck Series. He's run 2 races. I think got a top 10 at Pocono and obviously won at Nashville. So I think definitely the first driver to come to my mind when thinking of this is Ryan Preece, and I strongly advise him to go ahead and move back down the series, get a year under his belt, get some people looking at him. I think that 98 is a car that is going to get somebody like Ryan Preece or John Hunter Nemechek in there. One of these guys that look very talented. I think Tony. Well, I mean, I guess they put Riley Herbst in there just for the sponsorship, so maybe not. But I feel like that'd be a good ride there for him, the 98, or even going to whatever DGR Crossley that he ran for in the Truck Series. So we'll see. But definitely the top candidate there would be Ryan Preece. So definitely the next driver is Anthony Alfredo. This is somebody I don't even think should have gone to the Cup Series yet. And I think really just took it because he didn't have that many other options. He's currently driving for Front Row Motorsports, but he hasn't even had a full-time Xfinity season. He ran about 20 races for RCR. Looked really good. Looked really great. Personally, I feel like he should have gotten the job, but Matt Snyder was not a bad option either. He did pretty solid too. But I think Anthony Alfredo was the better driver, ran better in the 21 consistently. But you know what? Whatever floats Richard Childress' boat. Maybe Matt Snyder's like his grandson's grandson or something, and or his brother's cousin's brother's neighbor or something, and he's got we do know Richard Childress does like his family a lot. So anyways, stopping the jabs at RCR, because RCR has been really great this season. So looking great over there at RCR. But anyways, back to the topic. Anthony Alfredo has been just god awful in this 38 car, and I don't think he's untalented. I think it's just a terrible situation, and an insanely inexperienced is an understatement. An inexperienced driver running in the Cup Series. I mean, he never even ran a dirt race before. His first dirt race was the Bristol dirt race. I just think it wasn't a good fit. and I think Anthony Alfredo needs to go back down to the Xfinity Series or Truck Series, spend a couple years back down there, develop, and I think by then we'll see if he's good enough to get a Cup Series ride. But definitely somebody who needs to take a step back. If he still has a 38 ride, I guess stay in it, whatever works for you. But if I was him, I would go back down to the Xfinity Series and Truck Series, because there really hasn't been a point where he's probably gotten any attention from any top tier Cup Series team. But who knows? Maybe Front Row will become a top tier Cup Series team, and their name is Front Row. Another name that I can throw out there would maybe be a Corlo Joy. He's not in a terrible situation at Spire Motorsports, not as bad as the other two I mentioned, but still, I think if he wanted to get the eyes of Cup Series drivers, he could try going. If he can get a top tier team in the Xfinity Series, and I'd say he's probably talented enough to do well in that situation. It's just a matter of would he be able to open up the eyes of the Cup Series, top of the Cup Series. I don't know. So I would probably tell him to stay in that 7 team. Timmy Hill's about the only other one. I swear, I want to see him in top tier Xfinity equipment and see what happens. Just see what happens. It doesn't have to be a full season. It doesn't have to be 2 races. One race. Come on, Dale Jr. Come on, Dale. Let's see it. Timmy Hill to the 8. Timmy Hill to the 8. Hashtag Timmy to the 8. That is going to be trending on Twitter tomorrow, I swear, or whenever this video posts. I'm putting it out there. Hashtag Timmy to the 8. And let's see if we can get this moving. But that is all I got for today. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to go on Twitter and comment Timmy to the 8. Hashtag Timmy to the 8. Make sure to also put hashtag Timmy to the 8. And go ahead and comment down below hashtag Timmy to the 8 if you guys made it this far. But seriously, let me know what drivers you think in the Cup Series should go back to the Xfinity or Truck Series to try and get their name back up like John Hunter Nemechek has. And do you think John Hunter Nemechek will be in the Cup Series next year or two, or what? I really think if that 23XI job opens up, you can even get it this year, but over the next couple of years as they expand to a 3 and 4 car team. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for John Hunter Nemechek and for potentially any other drivers that decide to go back into the Xfinity and Truck Series. So I'm going to quit rambling on here. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.